Hello, I am very happy to let you know that yesterday, day 48, I had my first EMDR session and it was absolutely incredible. Now, in case you're wondering what EMDR stands for, it stands for Eye Movement Desensitization and Reprocessing. And I've just gone on the British Association of Counsellors website and just thought I'd read out something that one of their members said on this particular page, and I will link this underneath the video with all the other ones that I normally put there. And he says, where is it? Oh, there was a nice quote. I'm just going to have a look for it. Where is it? Maybe I went down too far. I knew I'd lose it. Yeah. So Justin Havens says, there can be a dramatic transformation from someone who is constantly reminded of a traumatic memory and all of the negative symptoms to feeling like it's behind them and not of significance anymore. And that is definitely what I felt yesterday, which was amazing because it was only, well, it was a 2-hour session, but half an hour of that was wasted messing around with technology, frankly. But it was, let's say it was an hour and a half, and it was absolutely incredible. It's important to say that that wasn't actually a therapy session. It's not therapy. Gail, who is absolutely incredible, has designed the program specifically for Zing, and it is EMDR, but it is a lot more than that. She's weaved other things in there that make it absolutely, I think it's genius what she's done. I've had EMDR before through the NHS, as I've said before, and I got that because I'd had what's the other one called? CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy, and when I had that, I was just honest. It didn't really touch me. It didn't really make much difference at all, and I kept saying that it wasn't making difference, and they gave me, the next level, the next level, the next level. So at the highest level, and I was only supposed to have 12 sessions, and my therapist gave me 20 sessions because I don't know, it just wasn't helping. But there's the way that Zing has weaved this in is amazing. I mean, like I keep saying, the neuroplasticity that I've been developing doing the Zing exercises is enabling the EMDR to work effectively. I think it's more than that though, because when I did EMDR through the NHS, I was asked to talk about things a little bit. You don't go into details with the EMDR, you just talk a little bit about, the scenario, just so the therapist knows a little bit about what you're talking about. Now, what Gail's done is create a program where you choose what category, whatever it is you want to focus on, is in, and that's all you do. You literally give no details at all about what's happened before. So no re-traumatization, which was happening before with my EMDR that I did through the NHS. Talking about things is not helpful for me because I don't want to think about them. So why do I want to talk about them? And then once I talk about them, I feel like I'm there. Now, EMDR with Gail on the Zing program involves a little bit of, it involved a little bit of me thinking about whatever it was I was thinking about. but I didn't have to talk about it. So it wasn't that, it didn't make it feel completely real to me, if that makes sense. But it was real enough for the EMDR to work. I'm struggling to put my words together, but a dramatic change happened in that session, let me just say. And yeah, I think it's genius what she's done. And I was watching a podcast by Stephen Bartlett's podcast about EMDR, Diary of a CEO, and what he said was that EMDR, well, the guy who he interviewed was saying that he was suspicious of talk, and he doesn't really like the talking thing in with EMDR. So I will link that in the description as well, because that's really interesting to listen to from a specialist's point of view. I mean, not that Gail's not a specialist, but someone who's been doing it for years, and the main guy. I can't remember his name or anything, but it was really, really amazing to listen to that. And it's great that Zing has got the same kind of ideas about EMDR, which is kind of different to what my experience was. I mean, I've spoken to other people who have had EMDR, and they haven't had to talk as much as me. I mean, I didn't even have to talk, but once I start talking, it's hard to kind of stop me sometimes if I'm thinking about how all things link together. And I kept saying to my therapist, just tell me to be quiet, just tell me if I start. But some sessions I was talking nearly to the end, and it was just like counselling, which was not useful for me in the past when I've had that. The only things that have really helped me in the past have been emotional freedom technique. That's EFT. That's tapping, where you tap here and here and here and here as you repeat what the therapist says. That was been useful. That I paid for, and because it's not available on the NHS, but it does have EMDR in its roots. So it's got elements of EMDR, which made me excited to try EMDR on the NHS. But anyway, I'm so happy I found EMDR on Zing. And the only other thing that helped was, and I wrote it down because I always forget about this word. I always try and remember. Hypnotherapy has helped me in the past. Can tell you what I had that hypnotherapy for. I was in a very stressful job, and every time I walked home, I was just stressing about all the work that I hadn't done, because it's actually impossible to ever complete the work in that job. It's just constant. But I was just, overthinking, stressing about that. So I had hypnotherapy to allow me to, when I walk home, so it allowed me to walk home and relax my brain as I was walking home, rather than being in a panic state about everything, all the work that was piling up. So, and that really did work well. But yeah, the emotional freedom technique about other stuff that physically affected me from the past, that just really did help. So, but like I say, I only had so much of that because he had to pay. But yeah, this is amazing that this EMDR is part of this brain development program that I'm doing, as well as the coaching that I will be booking soon, the ADHD coaching. And I've met my coach. She's absolutely fabulous. So I'm looking forward to that. I just want to get some of this EMDR in before I book in with her. And that is all I'm going to say for today. I might make some other smaller videos about EMDR. I'm going to ask Gail maybe what would be good to share if anyone's interested. And yeah, it's just super exciting. Anyway, I'll let you all go now. Thank you for checking in with me, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye.